Tom Palzowitz of ActionCOACH of Elm Grove, and here's our quick business tip of the week. Our vision in ActionCOACH is world abundance through business re-education. So what we do is we work with business owners on how to help them learn what they need to learn to run their business so it can be a business that can work without them. And one of the things we do that is we go through what we call the 4 steps of learning. Let me walk you through this first to sort of explain it. The first step of learning is what we call unconscious incompetence, or it's another way of saying you don't know what you don't know. And suddenly when you start to know something that fits into your life, you go, I'm conscious of it, but I'm still incompetent as far as how I'm actually going to get it done. The next step then is being consciously competent in order to be able to do it. And at the last point is unconscious competence, where you're now doing it without having to think about it. So let me just give you an example. All of us learned to drive at some point. I don't know if you remember at some point, you didn't really know what driving was all about, but you came to realize that it was going to take some effort to learn how to drive. And at that point, you went from unconscious incompetence to conscious competence. Well, learning to drive, you had to go through conscious competence, which meant you had to go sit in a classroom, you had to get behind the wheel, you had to really learn how to drive. And for about the first 6 months, you remembered to do the 10 and 2 position, you remember to look out your mirrors and everything else. But do you really remember the point where you didn't have to think about driving anymore? Because at some point all of us don't think about driving anymore because we can see other people on the road not driving very well because we know they're not thinking about driving. I've seen a couple times now somebody eating a bowl of cereal while driving. Obviously they're unconsciously competent, or at least they think they are. So the way I equate back that to business is, how many things that are you doing that you're doing unconsciously that aren't helping your business? And how many times do we have to take a step back and go back down the ladder and relearn some things that are going to help us grow? Now, the most interesting that happens is, as soon as you become conscious of a better way to do something, the first step to learning is always confusion. Because your brain's trying to figure out how does it fit in with how you've always done it. So in that point of confusion, you have to retrain yourself, or what I like to call create a new habit or a ritual that's going to get you to the next level of your business. And what it takes is you have to be conscious of it and competent of it at the same time. And what we do in ActionCOACH is we teach people to put systems and, more importantly, checklists in place that are going to help you create the right habit of doing it the right way every single time. And when you follow those checklists over and over again, you then will be able to move up to become unconsciously competent in doing it a better way. This happens all the time in business, because as businesses grow, they break their systems, they have to relearn things, they have to do things better. So it's just understanding that everyone has to go through these 4 steps in order to learn how to do it and how to do it well, and more importantly, do it without having to think about it. So that's what we call our 4 steps to learning. And this is critical in training, it's critical in growing a business, it's critical in putting systems in the business. So that's our quick business tip of the day. Thank you.